Hey, Annelle, thank you so much for spending some time with me today.
Thank you so much, Robin. I'm so happy to be here.
So, for those that don't know, Annelle is one of our members of the ABWA Charisma chapter and the recent recipient of our Protégé Award. So, congratulations for that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's such an honor to be
So, how
recognized
long?
that way.
So that to speak to that, the protege is the member that is kind of showing up and doing great things in their first year of membership with ABWA.
Yeah. So I joined ABWA a little over a year now. I started August of 2024,
Okay.
and I was just so impressed with just the caliber of women that are in that organization. And very quickly, they told me, okay, a conference is coming up in October, the national conference. Who's going? So I raised my hand and said, I'll go. Kansas City, here I come. So I went to that, like just, a few months after joining, and
Mm-hmm.
got to meet even more incredible women across the nation and got to just learn about the rich history of ABWA. And I was just, you know, I'm like, these are my people, these are my women.
It's funny, we were talking before that ABWA is like the best kept secret
Right?
for women. And it's not just I think a lot of times people think it's only for women entrepreneurs or people that are running big giant companies. And it's really not. I mean, I have found I've been, 11 years, and I have found that it's just very supportive of all women, whatever stage of life or business life they may be in. Is that what you found?
I did. You meet women from entrepreneurs to corporate professionals to I'm already retired to, just working normal 9 to 5 jobs. And I like the environment because it's supportive of learning and of
Right.
development. And for me, always growing and learning, that's my go-to. That's my jam.
It's like that's what I do because
Yeah.
and I've always felt that if you stop learning, you stop growing, and no matter how old you are or what you're doing, there's always something else that you can do, achieve, and learn.
Right. I know. If I get to a point where, because I've had years in the past, like seasons, where you're not doing anything, you're just like ho hum, and it's been so I want to say kind of like lifeless, kind of like I'm not doing anything. It's not exciting. Life is not exciting if I'm not learning, if I'm not growing, if I'm not challenging myself, and I don't want to settle,
Well, I
basically.
think that's key. That's key. It's what are you capable of, and what
Yeah,
else is out there for you.
right.
So
There was
let's talk about what
yeah.
was. Oh, go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
no. Well, I was just gonna say that, as you're maturing, as you're getting older, I've reached the fifth floor last year. But as you're getting older, like people think that, okay, well, I'm just gonna take it easy now, or I don't know, there's this cultural belief that, you're supposed to just bat down the hatches and, just take
Yeah.
it easy and not do anything new. But no, I don't, I feel like I'm just starting,
Well, that's because now we got all the smarts,
right?
right?
Now that I
I
know,
mean,
like,
I'm past my 60th floor, or sixth floor, or whatever. So it took us this long to get this smart.
yeah, right?
That's the way I look at it. So now, what can I do now that I'm so smart? What can I go out and do that
Yeah.
maybe I wouldn't or couldn't have done 25 years ago?
And
Right?
there's so much more to learn.
Mm-hmm. There's so much out there. So let's talk about the big excitement that now you are a published author.
Thank you. Yes. Oh my
So tell me
gosh.
all about that. Tell me all the things, like how it happened and how it made you feel and what you wrote about and all those things.
Well, at the beginning of the year, I had my vision board
Mm-hmm.
and I put a picture of me acting as if I'm holding a book and I have books around me and I'm at a book signing event. And I didn't have an idea of what I was going to write or that I was going to write a book. I just thought this would be a good bucket list item. I'm going to put it on my vision
Mm-hmm.
board. So that's where it started, like January 1st. That
Of this year,
of
of this
this year.
past year,
Yeah,
of this year. Oh
2025.
my gosh, of this year. Okay.
Yeah. And that's going on. I'm an entrepreneur. At the same time, I help women dress for success, and I have a business coach, and she's guiding me. And um, she comes up with this idea of writing a book collaboration with multiple women, and she brings this idea up to me like in May of this year. I'm
Oh
like,
man,
sure, let's do
fast.
it.
Because also when you get to certain levels, you just say yes and you'll figure out the rest later, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. So much so. I mean, you do it when you're not ready.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you wait to be ready, you're just gonna get older and older and older, and you don't get to do the
And
things.
it's still not doing it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I'm like, yeah, I'll figure it out. I can do it. So step by step, I have a wonderful coach. Her name is Elsa Morgan. Shout her out. She's from
Whoop,
Australia,
whoop.
and so she guided me through the process of because she's done this many times before, and then we launched just in August, at the end of August. So August was a huge. August is always a huge month. I joined ABWA the year previous. This year,
See,
I get this wonderful award of Protégé, and then I become a published author, which I didn't realize that the timing was going to be this way.
sure,
Yes,
sure.
I didn't know the schedule.
It's like, yeah, I'll do it. And they say, okay, I need something by like next week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
So
so
I was
tell us what
thinking,
you
I was
wrote
doing a
about or what the
brain
book
dump.
is
I'm
about.
like, what am I going to write
Yeah,
about? 50 plus years of like
yeah.
life experience. What can I say to women? And made me think back of, how I started out with my vision board at the beginning of this year?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, the very first time I ever wrote down a goal on a piece of paper was when I was 16 years old in January. Like, back when you're
Like,
really
and you
young, you
remember
have
that.
the New Year's resolutions. It was kind of
Mm-hmm.
like that. That was the first time
Yeah.
I had a resolution.
And what was that?
And it was to become a model.
Okay.
I'm 5'3". I don't have the build of a model.
You're a model now.
And I'm a model now. Can you
You
believe
are.
it?
Yeah. At 5'3". See,
Yes,
anything can happen.
exactly. So it's basically the journey that I took from that that
Yeah.
that one action and investing in myself and implementing what you learn and then going for it and taking action. And then
I
along
love
the
it.
way, sometimes you lose your path. Sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
forget your dreams. And then remembering again, rediscovering yourself and
I love
reprioritizing
that.
yourself and going for it again, dreaming again, no matter how old you are.
I love that. I love that because that is exactly, it even goes back to just what we were saying before is, the older we get, the wiser we become. There's the
Right.
saying, the older you are, wisdom, with age comes wisdom. That's what I'm trying to
Yes.
think of. When age comes wisdom. But it's because you've got to live through all this stuff. You've
Mm-hmm.
got to have some life before you can gain the wisdom, right? Because
Yes.
that's where it comes from is the experiences that we have from when you were 16 on January 1st until this past August. All the things that you lived through and your experiences are what brought you to that point.
Exactly. And God uses every experience, good and bad, indifferent, it all gets used.
Did you see yourself as an author?
No, I didn't see
Isn't
myself
that
as an
crazy?
author back then at 16, and even this year, earlier this year, it was kind of like one of those things of, oh, I don't know. I would put it out there though. It's one of those scary
Sure,
goals,
like, oh, this isn't gonna happen, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna put
and
it out
nobody
there
knew about
anyway.
it. It was just for me.
Yeah,
It was my
yeah,
own little vision board. I'm telling people about it now because I'm like, wow.
because it came true.
But at first, it was just for me, an activity that I did for myself to just let myself dream up whatever came to mind.
Now, as you were going through the process, right? So, this was, you're saying yes to an opportunity, right? That
Yeah,
just was put in front of you. I'm going to say yes to this opportunity. And then, then they come back and say, okay, I'm going to need an outline from you. And then you're sitting there going, okay, so what is the subject of the book, but what is my part in it? And how did that, I mean,
right.
did that part scare you or did it all just start to come out of you?
You know, I guess yes, scared, and that also came out of me. So when I was talked about when my coach approached me with the opportunity and told me about this book is called Empower Her, and it's a collaboration of 25 other women, 24 other women, 25 with me, of stories of overcoming adversity, inspiration, hope, and oh my gosh, these I'm like, when I try not to compare, but then I look at their stories, I'm like, wow, this is so inspirational. This really
Yes,
gave me hope. And just if she can do it, so can I. That's
I love
one
that.
one of the things that I say. It's
Yeah, I mean, if they can do it, why not me?
yeah, yeah, it's just
Always.
showing you what's possible. And so she told me about, that's the basic the theme of it, overcoming
Mm-hmm.
adversity, inspiration, hope, motivation, learning, growth. So I'm like, okay. So like I told you, I was doing a brain dump. Like, what do I talk about? So I just started writing. I just started anything that came to mind. I started writing, and I felt like God just kind of led me to
Mm-hmm.
to filter it down to well, you started this because of a vision, and I gave you a vision when you were 16, and now that vision has come to fruition.
Wow.
And so write about that. But at first, yes, I was
Love it.
scared, but I was just writing anything without judging what I was writing.
Well, I think that's a big part of it too, right? When things start coming out of you like that, you've got to do it without judgment.
Mhm.
No
Yeah,
judgment. Everything is valid. And then you can put the pieces together later,
right.
right?
Yes. Yes. I didn't care if it was misspelled, right grammar, wrong grammar, if it was out of order, because when things were coming out of me, it was coming in all different stages of life. Like thoughts would come to me and I would just write them down.
Yeah.
And then,
So what has this
uh,
done for you? So what has this, just even whether it be emotionally or, just mentally, what has this book coming out done for you?
it has been healing because there were some
Oh, that's
things
not a
in
word
the
I thought that's not a word I thought you were going to say.
really, well,
Yeah, yeah.
and I didn't know that it was going to be,
Yeah.
this book made me cry. Like this chapter that I wrote made me cry about myself because there's some things in life, and when you progress through them, sometimes you're just surviving it.
Mm-hmm.
I had a cancer scare, and at that time, during those years, I was just trying to, persevere.
Yeah,
I
fight
had
that off. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a husband, or I have a husband, son, and my family are my treasures. And so they were my focus. And I wanted to be healthy so that I could be there for them. And so that was the focus. I was just surviving. I wasn't really processing all the emotions of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you get past many years sometimes, and it's kind of funny that it's like, wow, when you revisit that chapter again of your life and you read it in a different context, right? Because now I have this
Mm.
life experience. I know how it turned out.
Spoiler alert, she's still here. She won.
So, like right now, I'm getting a little teary-eyed because it really was healing to like relive it, but see it in a different perspective, and just be grateful for it,
Yeah.
and be able to receive that that excitement of I wrote something down. Now it's it's part of my legacy. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna show other women, because I'm sure other women are going through this as well. I'm not unique and only the only person
Mm-hmm.
who has had something like that happen to you. Cancer is like 8 in 10 women or
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
diagnosed now. It seems,
It's
I think that's the
crazy.
number, right? Or
It's
one in eight
crazy.
women. 1 in 8 women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot,
Yeah.
right? But now you've been able to take it out of here in your just in your memories or as a stage in your life. You've put
Yeah.
it here and you've shared it, and now you're looking at it from the other side. I think a lot of times when we have memories of things like that, whether it be illness or just other tragedies that happen in our life, we when it's in our head, we're still living it, right? It's how we lived it. But now that you're able to look at it kind of outside of yourself, I'm sure it just brings on all kinds of a different feeling and perspective and all of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I'm proud of that girl. If I could
Yeah,
go back in
yeah,
time
you
to that
are.
girl, and I'll tell her, continue to be brave, keep using God's gifts that He's given you, and trust yourself,
Yeah,
and don't
yeah,
try to just blend in and be below the radar, because
I
that's the
love
safe.
that.
It's kind of safety, right? You're
Yeah,
no one sees you, so you're.
that's right. I mean, and I lived my life that way for a long time too. As a young person, I moved around a lot with my family, so I was always the new person, and you wouldn't know it. People don't believe this when I tell them this, but I was very shy when I was growing up. And
Hmm.
my father would say, I can remember the day that you just came home from school and you said, I'm not being that way anymore. I'm not going
Wow,
to be afraid to talk to people. I am not going to be that way anymore. He said, I can remember the day.
that's
And
awesome.
but we go through stuff, and like you said, what are the gifts that we are given that we keep them under the radar because somebody said something to us at one time, or it was a bad thing,
Hmm.
or nobody wants to hear about my illness, or any of those things that we think, right?
Right.
So, well, we at ABWA and Charisma are very happy for you and very proud of you.
Thank
And
you.
now we are going to I'll put all the information about the book in the notes of our little interview here. And we will make sure that everybody throughout not only this organization, and I don't mean just our chapter, I mean the organization, knows
You
about this. And so everybody can
I would
pick up a
love that.
copy, and I'm guessing I'll be honest, I haven't looked yet. Is it on Amazon?
It is on Amazon. So let me tell you about
Okay.
that. It's on Amazon for 99 cents.
Okay.
Proceeds go to UNICEF for education for every girl.
I love that. I
Yes.
love that. So
So we
we're gonna
are
get
we are
that.
so
We're gonna
ecstatic.
get that link. We're gonna link it. We're gonna get people to go there and buy it, and we're gonna help UNICEF, and we're gonna teach girls, and it's going to be amazing.
I love the purpose of teaching girls and with
Yeah.
ABWA, also being supportive of just development of women in
Yeah.
business. And
Yeah.
so it just really went with my whole purpose, in life when she said, and we're going to help UNICEF and education for every girl. I'm like, yes, absolutely. Because,
Absolutely. Without question.
when girls become mothers and
Hmm.
they're the ones raising children mostly, it falls on the mother to, nurture and raise and teach children. So it's to our benefit that all women are educated in this world. It'll make this
I,
world a better place.
well, right there, I think that just wraps up everything. I think that is like the best, it is everything. Education is everything. And I want to thank you for saying yes to an opportunity, not only to join ABWA, but the bigger yes of that opportunity to write your story for the book and, share some vulnerable moments of your life. So in hopes of helping somebody else.
Right. Well, thank you so much for having me. And it's been a pleasure. And I just love talking with you.
Oh, love it. Love it. All right. Well, thank you so much. And we'll get this out for everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Hang on.